don't eat Cuptle. Oh, so I'm almost here. I don't bake a new Cuptle every day. No, don't eat Cuptle. Cuptle is friend, not food. I'll be back soon. I'll be back soon. I'm here. Hi. Sorry, I had to get water for the brush. Because the brush needs clean. Also, I'm really close to the camera. Hi. Did I accidentally zoom in? I feel like I accidentally zoomed in. Hello. There we go. Hi. How is everyone doing? How are you doing, Denizen of Misery? How you doing, Asta Hef? How you doing, Soden? I've been trying to learn Japanese. And my tummy's still a bit upsy daisy, lazy mazy. Oh my gosh! And we got a bunch of Votann to paint today. Yeah. Also, I've been teeth brushing my Votann. And by teeth brushing, I mean getting a toothbrush, like, do you know, an old disposable one. Not used, it was just like, you know, we do sometimes might have like a pack of disposable toothbrushes. Yeah, I just took one of them. I had, you know, the vibrate function on it and go all over a photo because they got like this texture on them from when I sprayed them. I put the undercoaty stuff on them and it had a really thick texture, it had a really grainy texture. And then it turns out you can toothbrush them and it fixes it. I'm like, oh. So I did that, and it helped a little bit. Not perfect, definitely not perfect, but it definitely helped. Oh gosh, getting gloves on. Oh, so we started painting one of them in the member stream, and I finished it off stream. I'll show you out, we'll get to the hand cam. Orky trade offer. Ba smash. Hi. Hello. So here we go. Here's the two painted Votann people. We painted this dude. Yeah, I decided to experiment new gun colour scheme idea. It's in the thumbnail. Yeah, it's got a cool little gun. It's green. It's dark green, black, and light green. And white. I messed up for white paint a bit on it. Also, he's got brown hair. I was thinking about giving him like different colours hair like she does. She has the pink and blue. But no, I just gave him brown hair and a brown beard. And lips. He's got red visor on. And yeah, still got the McDonald's colour scheme of them for the, I just wanted, like, I don't really like how the gun's the same colour, I decided. As you can tell, I toothbrushed them after taking the picture, as this is so worn out now from where I was toothbrushing them. Also, I finished painting the squig. You can see it's got damage here now properly and there, and that's all rusty, and this is all rusty, and that's all rusty. And yeah, squig's being painted. Big old squig. It feels like I could squeege him, you know. But it's not. I want a stress ball version. Yeah, that's also it took me for blooming effort, but I think I finally fixed up her colours to some extent. Like, there's just so many errors, and you like painting out of the area. So like painting bits that are meant to be gold, but it was red, and or blue, or it was meant to be blue, but it was red. That kind of thing. I also did some shading of the blue, and you do shading everywhere else. Well, I did some shading of the green too. Also, the new starter sets up. We know the prices of them. Here we go. I'll show you this. Like, my throat sounds a bit croaky today. Oh yeah, new questions and answers. I can't remember all of the stuff that was on here. Wasn't anything major. Apparently codexes are going to be about a third cheaper, but they're no longer hardback. But we do have a cover. Like, there's like a little sleeve you can put them in and take them out. They're smaller in terms of like height and width, but they're much thicker in terms of number of pages, and there's apparently a lot more lore in them. Other than that, I can't really remember anything amazing. Warhammer 40k pre-orders. So these things, the getting started boxes are the same as a combat patrol, but you get this little book and you get a bunch of paints. You get what, 6, 9, 10, 11 paints, a texture brush, a starter brush, a getting started thing, and actually a relatively decent, you know, combat patrol. Like, if you compare this to the Tyranid ones, what did you get? You got 20 termagants, a psychoforge, and a warrior. Oh, and 3 von Ryan Leapers. That was it, wasn't it? Yeah. And for Warrior Prime with wings. First you get 20 Orcs, 10 Gretchen, a War Track, this dude, a War Boss, and a Weird Boy. So you get more. Actually, yeah, you do get more models. You don't get as big of a model to go with it, but I mean, it's still relatively decent sized War Track. And 2 characters. It's not bad. The Space Marine one is way better than last time. Last time it was 5 Terminators, 5 Infernus Marines, a Captain, and a Librarian. Now it's a Captain, a Librarian, 5 Vanguard Veterans, 5 Intercessors, and a Land Speeder, and 3, 6, 9, 10, 11 paints, and a texture brush, and a starter brush, and a little booklet. Way better than last time. Paid free food. It's not free food, you're paying for it. Also, it's not food. There's no nutritional value in it. I wonder, how is that point per dollar ratio looking? It's about 500. No, probably a little bit less than 500. That's about 90 points. That's about 80 points. About 60 or 70 points to see. So you look about 150, 240. About 100 points here, 304, about 420 points. Which, considering you also get an 11 paints, that's not too bad. And for brush and for texture brush. And you get in about 40, 45 maybe pounds worth of paint in here. And, you know, for brushes. Actually, the starter brush I don't think is useful at all. But if we look at, like, how expensive the paints are. Yeah, about £4.75 each paint. Actually, for Auric Flesh Shade is cheaper. So you get a variety of different paints. So yeah, you're looking about 30, maybe £40 of the stuff. What about the texture brush? Because the texture brushes. Texture brush. The texture spreader, £6.25. So yeah, you get to like. That's a why determined to a cat, so we're doing. So paints and brushes, it's very good. It is very good. And I like the little booklet you get as well. I don't think that should be understated. How about these guys? They're like what, 160 points here. About 206. 200, 260. Yeah, he gets about 420 points worth of each one from the top of my head. And they're not bad paints. Like over here, what paints do you get? Can we see? Here we go. The Sandy Dust, that's a very nice paint. You get Mephiston Red, very nice paint. Wraithbone, amazing paint. Lead Belcher, it's basically a standard paint. Like, everyone uses Lead Belcher. Runelord Brass, never used it. Auric Flesh, it's fine. I'm not a big fan of Auric Flesh, to be honest. It's got its uses, though. Mornfang Brown, very good colour. That's what I painted this dude's head down here. His hair's Mornfang Brown with some Cadian flesh on top. Armageddon Dust texture is not bad at all. Dawnstone, pretty good paint. I do prefer Administratum Grey though. Abaddon Black, very good paint. Agrexov Shade, very good shade. Like, these are all like really good paints to start with. Like, they form the base of like almost any scheme I'm doing. I'm probably going to take at least one of these paints, if not multiple of them, at some point in first painting. As for the Space Marine ones, you get Retributor Armor, I know that much. Yeah, Retributor Armor, amazing paint. Out of a booklet has it? I think it does. We'll look at this paint, look at the booklet. From what I've seen, it tells you how to build them. So Space Marines introduces you to Warhammer, introduces you to Space Marine, how to build, how to paint, and then what you should do next. Basically telling you what models you should buy. Would combat patrols come with codex releases? Yes, they would. As standard, they usually do come with the releases or shortly after a codex release. We can't guarantee. I'm not going to guarantee to you that every single faction will get a new combat patrol or a new permanent combat patrol, or even a new codex though. Certain factions like Votann might not change at all. Like, they've barely seen any changes going into 11th edition. Barely any of the rules affect them. And they don't have any new kill teams since their codex release. So, and they're in a pretty good place as it is. So, for instance, if you play Leagues of Votann, you might not get a new codex of 11th edition, because the 10th edition codex works just fine. You might do, you might not, because it's not unheard of them not to release new codexes for a new edition if it's just basically a 0.5 of the previous one. I think actually the longest code anyone's gone without getting a new codex outside of like Sisters of Battle, Gene Stealer cults, and you know, the squats and stuff. I mean, you got Chaos Demons actually. If they went really long without getting a new codex. I think going from 2nd or 3rd edition, it's like I think there's a faction that didn't get a new codex until like 6th edition. So like 4th and 5th was just the same codex. But generally, they're releasing models a lot quicker now, so new model releases often come with new codexes. So, hope a new Eldari combat patrol is better than what the Eldari one is bad. I like the Eldari one. The previous Eldari one wasn't too bad. Oops, wrong one. The Drukhari one is arguably the worst one. But it's still got the Corsairs over here. But no, this isn't a bad combat patrol at all. I mean, if you don't want to do an aspect host, then yeah, maybe not. But 10 Dire Avengers, 5 Warp Scorpions, 5 Wraith Guard, or Wraith Blades, whichever one you want to build for mass. And is that a Warlock? That's a Spirit Seer. And this is pretty good in my... I don't think models older than everyone in chat. I mean, the Dire Avengers, okay, they're old. I'll give you that much. Everyone else, though, the Warp Spiders are new. The Spirit Seers, I don't think it's that old. And the Wraith Guard aren't that old either. I mean, they're kind of old, but they're not due for an update at any time soon. Dire Avengers are some of the first plastic models, I believe, of the Eldari. I mean, they're not bad models at all. It's like, look at them. I loved the Dire Avengers as a kid. I never got any of those because they were expensive. You can tell they're old, my goodness. Look at that sprue. Look at the gap. Does it actually have a date here for them? It does have numbers on them, so they can't be that old. They got numbers on the spoons. That means they must be young. Die Offenders is 2004. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, maybe. Does it have numbers? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, these aren't numbers as they are now. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, they might be that old. I thought they were younger than that. I mean, this was making me think otherwise. I'd prefer the Die Offenders so places Storm Guardians and Farsi of Autark. Yeah, Holy Die Offenders is older than me. Okay, I'm gonna look it up now. Eldari model releases. Lexium, come over here. Lexium miniatures, Eldari. So towards the end, they got a new Autark that was an anniversary edition. Yurio, Karsev, Corsairs, Vipers. Their Codex release came with the Spirit Sea of the Warp Spiders, the Swooping Hawks, the Fire Dragons, Fugan, Baharoth, Asaman. Striking Scorpions came with the Kill Team. In 9th edition, they got Ranger, Shroud Runners, Storm Guardians, Guardian Defenders. Whoa. Howling Banshees. Red Brigade came out in 2018. My goodness. I remember that one. Then, where's the Dire Avengers? Wraith Blades, Wraith Guard. They're 6th edition? My goodness. I thought they were younger than that. Yeah, I thought they came out well after the Crimson Hunters and Wraith and Hemlock Wraith Fighter and stuff. I do not remember very well. Then before that, you've got the easy to build Eldar Guardians, Guardian Defend, not the current Guardian Defenders. Current ones are from, when are the current Guardian Defenders from? Ah, yeah, 9th edition. So before that, you had Prince Uriel, Graph Platform, Rangers, Dire Avengers. Dire Avengers 2006, not 4. Hi, Ireland. Yeah, the Dire Avengers are 2006. Oh, the Dark Reapers. Love those Dark Reapers. Oh, the old Striking Scorpions, beautiful. Actually, the Exarch's beautiful. The rest of them kind of suck. And Dark Reapers got a new release in 9th edition. And I guess it's younger than me, but like 1 year. See, you're over-exaggerating with how old they are. Yeah, I mean, you want to see an old Eldar model. That's not old. This one, yay! Look how old this is. This is like one of the first plastic kits they ever did. And it's as beautiful as the day they made it. And it goes together like poop and a handbasket. In other words, they're not meant to go together. It's not for worse because the gaps are kind of under where you wouldn't be looking at it. Like when you put them together, most of the gaps won't be noticeable until someone picks it up and starts looking around it. Similarly, actually, you've got the Tau. Actually, I can just show you if we go back. If you look at the Spoo. Actually, is it that old? Oh no, this must be... Oh no, the turret's new. Yeah, the turret is new, isn't it? I say new, it's newer. Yeah, the main body is super old. But the reason it goes together well is that you can see, like, this is just... It's basically built in, like, 3 pieces of the main body. So even if it doesn't go super well together, you don't really notice it too badly. And similarly old is the, like, you know, for Hammerhead gunship and stuff. And again, similarly doesn't go very well together, but again, it's like, because it's just like two massive pieces, where the gap is, it doesn't feel too bad, even if you do have a bit of a gap there. As opposed to the Land Raider, which absolutely sucks to put together. You have like just massive gaps all over it. Oh, yeah, the Land Raider sucks. And so does the Rhino. I've heard. But yeah, that's what we're looking at before. So pre-orders, back to the pre-orders. This is some cheap Marvel Avengers rip-off. Cheap! Games Workshop and cheap! Oh yeah, so for starter set's £155. Obviously, if you don't buy it from Games Workshop, you can find it cheaper elsewhere. 20% off. No, the terrain's not bad. You get the Combat Patrol for this Black Templars, the Combat Patrol for Orcs, all of this terrain, which is pretty nice. Tells you about what Warhammer 40k is. I can't remember, is the terrain in here the painted version or the unpainted version? It doesn't actually tell you it's a painted version, so it might not be the painted version in here. But so there's got to be two versions. You're going to have the small... You basically got the large terrain pack, which is 2 copies of everything in here. And that's painted. And then you've got the unpainted version, which is small, and it only has these... It doesn't have 2 copies of everything. It's just got half of it, but it's unpainted. Apparently that's how it's going to release. Apparently Axodites box will have instructions for DIY to... Ooh, I've not heard that. That sounds pretty cool. I know it's got transfers for 6 different Exodite clans though, so that's pretty nice. I was like, hi Punish Scarab. Oh, so did I say hello to everyone? Hi Erland, hi Astrav, hello Denizen of Misery, hello Severin. How you all doing? And hello Punish Scarab. Return to DIY terrain. Why am I like this? Hi. Why do I have cat ears? Why is my face like this? Hi. There we go. Let me get those cat ears away. How do I get rid of these cat ears again? I forgot. No, that's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. There we go. Fire eyes. Devil horns. Yeah. Very evil, like Theo Cookcon. What do you mean evil? What about me is evil? Look at my drink of cola. It's amazing. Tall Conjurer. Return of DIY terrain. Yippee! Yippee! Fortnite and cola. Yippee! Tall Conjurer. Yeah. Look as I get. So yeah, this seems pretty decent. You don't get any paints. You don't get any. You get a terrain thing. You get some measuring sticks. You get some dice. You get the core rules, and you get like a little instruction booklet. A soft cover start to set hand guide. Yeah, that seems cool. You then got your paints, which are very similar to last time, except instead of 3 Infernus Marines, you just get 2 Intercessors. And instead of getting 3 Termagants of an Orc, you get 2 Orc Boys and a Grot. You get your starter set brush, you get some dye, you get some paint, sorry. Over here, you get the 3, 6, 9, 12, 13 paints, 12 milliliters each. And some clippers. These clippers are okay, they're not good, I would not recommend them. You get these things, you get them. I mean, they're better than none, or they're better than like using garden shears or whatever. Meow. Okay, I don't think meow is actually going to work. So there you go. Drinkable paint. It's not drinkable! I mean, kind of technically is, but don't drink it! Drinking the paints is not recommended. Then you got, as I said, the combat patrols 105. Where's the introductory set? Oh, here it is. The introductory set. MDF terrain. Is it MDF? Is it cardboard? I think it's cardboard actually. Oh yeah, punch out card terrain. Punch out! You have to beat it in a punch out. Transparent plastic with range rulers, 6 dice. Avenge 6 paints. And again, these are like very basic paints. Blue, Orc Flesh, Retributor, Abaddon Black. Whatever. You get I like this one because you get the 5 unique intercessors. They're not the same as you get in the starter set. A lieutenant, that's not the same as any other lieutenant. At least none of the, if you build them as intended. Then you've got a new knob that's very unique looking. Apparently, oh yeah, that's it. According to the FAQ, squads of 10 boys. Oh yeah, so a squad of 20 boys will have 2 knobs and up to 4 special weapons. And a squad of 10 boys will have 2 special weapons. So I'm thinking I might get like 2 of these boxes. So then I can have put 2 special weapons in each of my Orc boy squads. So yeah. You do get a grenade launcher in here as well. Unfortunately, he doesn't have his plasma pistol, he doesn't have a power fist, he doesn't have a thunder hammer, he's only got a power sword. The push fit models as far as I'm aware. Cast in blue plastic and I cast in green plastic. So yeah, they're just push fit models. 6 paints, 6 models per side, a nice battle map, some dice, and a getting started guide. I'm probably going to get a couple of these, but I'm not in any rush to get them. I've got so much other stuff to build through first, so I don't want more boxes taking up space. So yeah, this is a really nice. If you want getting started the game and you can find this somewhere, it's very nice. Not bad price actually. Like considering you get dice, rulers, a brush, 6 paints. Like I mean, for 6 paints themselves, that's like what, 18 quid right there for brush. If you're buying them at full retail price, and the paints are relatively hard to get outside of like cheap, really cheaply. A full 20% off. Sometimes you might find 5 or maybe 10% off, but often they'll just be full price in other shops. So yeah, so really you're getting a lieutenant, 5 intercessors. So 5 intercessors is basically like 20 quid of models without any other spare bits. 5 orcs is, I don't know how expensive it's going to be. I'm guessing like, again, maybe 18 quid worth of models. With a knob and for special weapons. I mean, it's a really good set, honestly. Up to 4 in a 20-man unit. Yeah, up to 4. You don't need to get them. And I don't know if the special weapons will replace the choppers or not. So you might not want to take the special weapons if you just want your squad for melee. But yeah, all of this, it's a lot better than the start of 10th edition, I'd say. In terms of like how expensive these things are, and I think this is maybe a little bit more expensive than before. Actually, let me go to Wayland Games. Wayland Games, they should still have the 40k starter set. Do they still have the old starter set in? Okay, never mind, that's annoying. Games Workshop. Warhammer 40k. Filter by... Oh, here we go. Can we find the old starter set stuff here? Paint set. I mean, can we find old paint sets here? So yeah, old paint sets. The old paint sets are the same price as the previous ones. 3 6 paints, 3 6 paints. in both. How many paints are here? 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. How many paints are in this one? 12 paints. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13. Oh no, 13 paints, never mind. So yeah, you get just as many paints. And new guidelines. New guidelines! Oh yay! Did you see the guidelines? The new. Oh yeah, that's not bad. I want to see the old starter set. I want to see if I still got it. Mission pack, terrain pack, walls, scatter terrain. Oh, I can go by terrain pack. Nah, never mind. That doesn't help. Okay, maybe format. He'll be under. No. No. Oh, they used to have like a blooming base, Battle Force card deck, combat patrol dice, marker, mission pack, paint set, scatter terrain walls. Darn it. I wanted a blooming starter set. Although maybe it's here. Maybe it's here. Essentials. Would it be under essentials? We'll guess essentials. Aha! So introductory set before was £34. £42.50 was the previous introductory set. And the current introductory set is a bit more expensive. £3.50. But with this one you get terrain, you actually get unique models, you get paint. Like, actually you do get paints in the old one. You get more paints of the new one. Yeah, so the new introductory set is so much better than this stupid one. The old starter set. What about, do they have an ultimate starter set here? Starter set English. Combat Patrol starter set. This is the one that came with terrain. Yeah, it came with terrain. So before it's £134. It's gone up by £21 compared to last time. Arguably better, but more expensive. The introductory set here is just even better value than before. Looked at the guidelines, it says nothing about eating. No! Don't eat the cupcakes, the friends are not food. Age of Sigmar starter set uses a box as terrain. Does it? Seriously? And the new combat patrol, they're so much better than the old ones that came with 10th edition. Like, seriously, the old ones didn't come with a nice little booklet. They didn't come with paints. They didn't come with brushes. They didn't come with anything. And for the blooming same price. And they were worse. The amount of models you got was terrible. Oh. These ones actually feel worth it by the fact you get like 40 quid worth of paints and brushes with them. I give you one better. The Age of Sigmar starter set uses the table as terrain. Beat that. Actually, Age of Sigmar barely has any terrain. Let's look. So Spearhead starter set. No, it does have terrain in it. Look, where's the terrain? Look, look. You got 2 tiny bits of terrain, 3 tiny bits of, 4 tiny bits of terrain. Oh my gosh, look at that. 4 tiny bits of terrain to land. The older one used for bot. Oh, do they have like an introductory set? They've also got the normal starter set that doesn't have any terrain in it. Just like the 40k one. At least their battlefield map look a lot nicer than these ones. Okay, that was a bit annoying. Okay, I'll just go to pre-order. Let's look at these maps. Yeah, these maps are so much more boring than for blooming Age of Sigmar ones. Like, yes, I like my dusty barren wasteland, yeah. I mean, I know it's Armageddon. I know it's a dusty, barren wasteland, but still, come on. And I guess it does have bit, like you can see bits of rubble and stuff. Out terrain map has to be better. I'd say map has to be better because we're fighting over objective points in fair. We also fight over objectives. In fact, I guess these are meant to be objective areas, like terrain areas. But yeah, so the new starter set's pretty good stuff there. Pretty good stuff. I'm feeling way better about the start of 11th edition than 10th. Also, guys, have you seen my squig? Have you seen my squig? Look at him. Look at him. Look at his face. He's so full of joy. Oh, nom, 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 nom. Yeah, I finally finished painting him. I think, hopefully. And look at his belly. He's got a yellow belly. He's a yellow belly rascal. Age of Sigmar is fighting over pillars of power, runic spots. 40k factions are fighting over squares of more caused dust. Yeah, that's about the sum of what Warhammer is in general. At least 40k. It's grimdark for a reason. It's like how much land did we get? We lost tens of thousands of soldiers of this land. It's like, ooh, how much land is it? It's like, ooh, this much. Points to battlefield map. It's like, ooh, what scale is this? 1-to-1. So we gained 2 square meters of land. And all it cost was 100,000 lives. Oh gosh. It's crazy. That's a joke from Blackadder. Goes 4-5 away. So yeah, this is our first Votann that we've painted. She's got a nice cool hairstyle. And she's got eyes. Let me see her eyes. Oh, look at that. Look, she's got eyes. Oh, she's a bit messy. I'm trying to learn how to thin paints better and stuff, but look at it. Doesn't she look so cool? Isn't that a good face? I was surprised how well that face came out. I'm not a big fan of her weapon though. So that's why I experimented on the member stream and changed the paint scheme for the weapons. And here it is. Look at it. It's green. And also he's here. Hi. He's got brown hair. And again, it's a bit messy. I'm kind of regretting this paint. Oh my gosh. I finished painting him off stream. And when assuming like that, I can just see every single mistake on the model. Although there's a relatively big mistake there. That's a lovely green. Thank you. But I'm trying not to get hung up on mistakes on the models, because otherwise I'm never going to finish painting. But we got to paint these guys. And I've been toothbrushing them. And I've literally been getting a toothbrush and just going brush. Gosh, you can actually still see there's a bit of like a grain on the models. And that's from when I dry brushed them. Not dry brushed them, I sprayed them. And yeah, the spray did not want it went on a bit rough. But it turned out if you just take a toothbrush, I got an old toothbrush that had never been used. A disposable one that had a vibrate function, and it went all over the models. Not just these models, all over all the Votann. And it's removed a lot of the coarse roughness to them. So I'm thinking colour scheme on these guys. The bars are going to be black. Except these, like, you know, where it gets thicker here. That's going to be yellow. And like here's going to be yellow. There's going to be yellow. These bits here, like these circular bits will be yellow. That thing here will be yellow, but not this entire thing. The bars around here will be black, except like, you know, it's bit bulbous there. That will be yellow. These wires will be yellow. Oh, what do we call them? It was climbing hook things. Carrying birds. Oh, look at the magnets at the bottom. Nice and neat. I I can't remember what they call them. But yeah, we got these things. That will be black. These things, I'm thinking yellow. Yellow for graph plate. Except maybe the centre bit. This back bit, you know, the grating here, that's got to be black. That's going to be dark green. These things will be dark green, except for reloady thing will be white. Maybe the handles will be white here. This will be dark green. For guns. The lights will probably all just be mixtures of green and blue. Oh gosh, back there. The paint never reached inside the arcoid head. Kind of looks metallic in there, doesn't it? The monster head of a front bumper is a really fun addition. Thank you. The other one doesn't have one. Theirs fell off. And also, if you're wondering about that, that just comes off. And... I decided not to just take him off because I think it'd just be easier to paint. Well, him, her. I think it would be easy to paint her while she's in a seat. While I can take her out. I tried taking him out, but he's stuck. He's a stuck little fella. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of with these guys. And obviously they'll be painted the same sort of scheme as these dudes of people. This thing I'm thinking about doing yellow. So that's it. But before we got to do that, I've got to go over a model because I can see grey bits on it. It doesn't show up very well on the camera, but I can see if this one's, I think, worse. Yeah, I can see here, like where there's lots of grey. So I'm just gonna have to take a brush and just go over with Mephiston red. Oh, so where's my magnifying glass? Just let me test with this magnifying glass. Okay, that's enough room to work with. Without going onto the camera, I imagine. Yeah, okay, that's good. Now what brush would I want to use? I think I would use a base brush. Layer, nope. Base brush, here we go. That's Evil Sun Scarlet, Mephiston. Okay, I might need to just clear out some of the paint around the edges of this lid actually. Where's my file gone? File is how I get rid of a paint. I have a file somewhere. I swear I do. Here it is. I'll just put it into this little thing so I can throw it away later. Oh darn it, got on my finger. Shouldn't just shook the paint first for deciding to clean it up. I know there's another way of just completely removing the lid and turning it inside out, but yeah, I do not feel like doing that. Okay, now does it close up at least? A little bit than before. Okay. It's still not amazing. But better. One issue with the Citadel paint pots. But how's everyone's days going? Oh, I made pizza on Friday. And I've been learning Japanese again. And by again, I mean, I did learn a few years ago, like up to 5,000 Japanese words. Thereabout. I can't even remember what app I was using to learn all of the kanji. Back then I did start using Duolingo, but eventually I was like, Duolingo sucks. So gave up with it in the end. PC Power World. Oh yeah, and it's not increasing its price. So it's staying around 30 something quid. Which is nice, I guess. I'm not sure what's different about the final release compared to when we were playing it. Not really kept up. I'm guessing there's no different. Or if it is, it's just objectively worse because that's what Reddit would say. It's different, so it's worse. Probably remove a little bit of plastic. Why would it increase its price? Never seen a game increase its price. Oh my gosh. Now you're trolling to land. Ubisoft out here just increasing price as much as they can whenever they can. I've been unlearning Japanese, so the number of Japanese knowledge in the world won't change. Oh. Yeah. I'm changing how I'm learning though. I've decided to try watching some animes I've already seen before. Without subtitles in, you know, but still in Japanese. Because it'd be very silly to like just decide to like listen to it in Spanish and hope that will help me learn Japanese. But it's immersion learning. That's what I'm trying. Immersion learning. And I've been putting like Japanese lessons on at night with soothing music in the background, hoping that I can do that, you know, learn while you sleep stuff. Which I'm not sure how I feel about it, but either way, just having it on will probably help because it's at least like an hour or so where I'm just having to listen to it anyway. Watch anime in English with Japanese subtitles. Yeah. My friend did actually suggest turn on if they can find animes with Romanji subtitles, or do you know songs with their subtitles in Romanji. That apparently seriously helps learning the language. Like, oh, that sounds like a good idea if I can actually find that. I'm doing that while I'm painting at the same time. So I can't exactly be reading subtitles while I'm trying to paint. Otherwise I'm going to do a very bad job painting. But when Japanese, you know, a Japanese learning game on stream or something, if I can find one that I like. Oh my gosh, trying to learn a language in today's AI studied environment is horrific. Like, I found an app that seemed kind of cool, but didn't have AI anywhere in its name. Except then I'm like, why is it? This like seems really oddly organized. And then the counting system was absolutely insane. Like, not the counting system, like, the way it has like its lessons is kind of like a text message in a way. So it's like you open it up and it's like got one lesson in like a text message, and underneath it's got like another lesson. But it's like, this is how to say 9, this is how to say 10, this is how to say the word counting, this is how to say the word numbers, this is the number 2, this is the number 5, but in the completely different Japanese counting system. Because if you don't know, they got like 2 ways of doing numbers, one of which is like ichi, ni, san, yon. But for other is where instead of 1 you got hito. 2 is, oh, I can't remember what 2 is. 4 is still yon, because originally 4 was shi, sorry, but you know that's closely sounding like death in Japanese, so most people use yon. But yeah, 6 is mu in the other system. But yeah, for some reason it just had 5 in the other system, which I think is itsu. And then it goes back to like 8 or something in the previous system. So it's like so weird. And then I'm just like, yeah, this feels like it was made by an AI. It's just so, it's just all over the place, entire lessons and stuff. Yari Yari days, give me a break. Yeah. I've been watching, after watching JoJo and part 3, I've gone back to Overlord, and just Ainz is always going Yari Yari. It's like, oh my gosh, I know what that means! It's actually very clear what it means anyway, with the way they say it. It's like, oh my gosh. Like, oh no. Give me a break. Oh, not more of this. That's basically what it means. Or at least, you know, without getting a direct translation, you can very clearly tell that's the kind of thing it's meant to be. It's uninteresting to me. It took me years to get into watching JoJo, and I could get through part 1, I could get through part 2, but part 3 was just a massive drain on me. I'm like, it had good parts, but it's like, I need to take a break from JoJo for a while before I start part 4. My goodness. Ensu Malumiru. No, Talan! Someone ban Talan! I'm banning Erland. Someone hold me. No! No, don't ban Erland! Not liking JoJo is a perfectly valid thing. Valid opinion. Chicken's my gun. This censorship is just ridiculous. Chicken should what? Oh, I get it. Chicken's my nerf. Oh, that just sounds even worse, to be honest. What could that be? Look at that. Nicely ordered magnet. What about on this one? Oh, nicely ordered too. Remember, you're amazing. Oh wait, None of Fate had a message that was held for review and I missed it. Jojo has the most 30-year-old looking 15-year-old ever, true. Even he looks like a 30-year-old, acts like a 70-year-old, and apparently he's like 16. Actually, I think he's 17. And his friends as well. I don't even know how old what's his name Honorath is meant to be. Like, come on. I assumed he was around Jojo's age, but then was like Jotaro's age, sorry. But then at times he seemed more closer to Joseph's age of the way he spoke. I'm like, what is, how old is he? This is really, I mean, I know he's got grey hair, but that doesn't exactly mean a lot. Is he actually like 70 or something? Owner of his obviously 24-year-old. But the events of his sister happened in the 30s, according to that. So that means his sister would have been 96. What's a high 908? I can get behind naming characters. Rio Speedwagon and Steely Dan and AC/DC. Yeah. Lisa as well. Lisa's the best. Lisa has canonically never lost a fair fight. Team for Blowfish. Lisa has never participated in a fair fight. What do you mean? Okay, I guess that's true because no one is on Lisa's level. She destroyed she destroyed like multiple vampires. She's absolutely dominated. She destroyed Joseph. She destroyed Caesar. Yeah, I guess she has never been in a fair fight because no one is on her level. No one could fight to beat her in a fair fight. Actually, it's quite heavily implied that... Oh, who is he? He got AC/DC. Then he got... What's he named? Wham. And then... Who's the other guy? Who is the guy that she was meant to fight? But who was so terrified of her, he was like, no, I have to get someone else to fight in my place. Cars, yeah, Cars absolutely suck. Yeah, I'm choosing to believe that Cars was actually scared of her and knew he couldn't beat her in a fair fight. Okay, this is still quite rough in a lot of places. You know what I'm gonna get? I'm gonna get the toothbrush. Just go over You can tell I've been toothbrushing this thing. Yeah, brushing. It has helped getting rid of some of the texture. Don't know if it's going to be able to get rid of all of this texture, especially where I've already painted over. It's getting rid of some of it. Some of it's hard to reach though. My favourite part of being First Conjur's watching JoJo is her being cursed by Polnareff like characters throughout the part. Yeah. Gaia absolutely sucked. Then you had Stroganoff. I can't remember what he's called, I'll just call him Stroganoff. In part 2. And then you had the worst one, Blooming Polnareff. Stroheim, yeah, actually, I'm just gonna start calling him. It's Dyaroff, Stroganoff, and Polnareff. That's it now. Yeah, I'm just getting rid of some of this grainy texture on them. Let's get rid of some of that. Yeah, it's hard getting rid of it all though. I hope a new season of Overlord comes out and they put Polnareff as a guest character for her. Never! Ah, my hands are all vibrating now. Abdul was amazing, but I loved Abdul. Or Abdul. The sub I watched kept calling him Abdul, so I just call him Abdul. Although it also called Boingo something stupid. I can't remember what it called him. It began with an M. Like Mitsusi or something like that. It's like, what? Just call him Bongo! Boingo! Sorry, not Bongo. Boingo! Boingo and Oingo. Beautiful creatures. Yeah, Mondata, that's it. Yeah, I don't know why it did that one. You can even hear him say Boingo. There we go. Boingo is like his nickname. Yeah, but why did the sub decide to replace Boingo? Because they kept saying Boingo. And the sub's just like, nah, let's use this fake name. Boingo is his real name. That's what I've decided. It's my headcanon. And you know what they say? You can't argue with a person's headcanon because you're going to get your own headcanon right off. When part 3 first came out, the subs called him Foingo. That's so silly. Why would they even go with Foingo? I guess Japanese doesn't really have a fee. Does it? There we go. Did you see the new Warhammer 40k footage from Billy World? No. What's Billy World? Oh, is Billy World a planet? Is Billy World like a channel that got access to 40k? I'm so confused. I did hear about some footage of the field, but I've not had a chance to find it yet. Didn't see any. From what I've saw of it, in terms of like people posting on Reddit, nothing amazing was in it. Billy is for Chinese YouTube. Yeah, I thought so. Why is it called Billy World? What's Billy World? I mean, it's Warhammer. I wouldn't be surprised if we've got a planet named Billy somewhere. Yeah, I know about that, but I've never heard it referred to as Billy World though, so I thought it was like something specific. I just thought it was called Billy. They're working hard to sell the game in China. You don't need the entire explanation. Just why is it Billy World? Is it Billy World doesn't. There we go. That's what I needed to know. Billy World was an event. Oh, I've never heard of that before. As you can probably guess. Oh my gosh, that's entire just lopsided right there. Oh, whatever. It's going over a bump. Like when YouTube did VidCon? You learn something new every day. Or Twitch did TwitchCon. I knew about TwitchCon. But no one ever liked TwitchCon, so they cancelled it after 1 year and never did it again. So YouTube told me. They should have cancelled it sooner. I made that up, by the way. And I could just paint all the grainy stuff like dirt, I guess. Okay, I think that's out though. Give some nice coverage to areas that the spray paint missed. There we go. But is there anything cool that anyway? Is there anything cool that came out of the footage reveal? Does it just all the same sort of stuff we've seen before or knew about before? I know you posted about some for being a pin tool mounted gunner on a tank. That looked a bit odd. I saw close-ups of a lemon rust. A lemon rust. Was it bright yellow? Was it sour? Did it leave a sour taste in your mouth? It's very funny hearing from speaking in Chinese. Wait, for speaking in Chinese? The actual game designers are trying to speak in Chinese, or did they have like a proper... Did they hire a Chinese spokesperson? It would be cool if the developers are multilingual. No, the game was in Chinese. Oh, the people speaking in Chinese and the footage. Oh, so they hired Chinese voice actors and stuff. That's cool. You don't always see that. With these types of games. And by see that, I mean hear that. Oh, they had a gargant. Or is it just a stomper? Or is it a Markanaut? Or a Garkanaut? Now you can just say, yeah, fat, and just don't follow it up with another thing. Stomper had a giant chainsaw. Oh, stompers are cool. You can buy them. Like in plastic. Look how full this paint pot is. It's insane. Terrible. Okay, it's also terrible. Okay, you know what? I don't even want to use this brush anymore. Stompers are cool though. They've gone down to 600 points from like 800 points, which is hilarious. Like 25% point reduction. Absolutely insane. I must have remembered. Oh yeah, the stomper's plastic. That means we can make it fireable. Because they don't like making the expensive Forge World models fireable. They only want to do it with plastic models. They have like ship mechanics if they have turrets and the side. Oh wait, they've actually got the ships fighting and stuff. Oh no, the Stomper has like ship mechanics, do you mean? No, for Lemon Rust. Oh yeah, they've got Sponson turrets on the Lemon Rust. That makes sense. Sponson weapons. Most vehicles should have sponsored weapons or similar in the game. Or at least most Imperial vehicles anyway. The Stomper was hilarious. Here's a giant wall of garbage, but they were shooting it for a minute. They even blasted it with a space laser and it didn't go down yet. That's a Stomper for you. Very low accurate. Actually, no, a Stomper would probably get destroyed by a space laser in lore. A Gargant is the one that would survive that. I wonder if they're going to add things like Gargants to the game. It'd be cool if they do. Feels like a Doom stack of Stompers would be hard to win games with. There's just so much range. Yeah, it makes sense that there'd be a lot of ranged things. Stompers, though, should have a lot of firepower on them. Like, they've got a giant battle cannon on one arm that's, you know, proper Titan weapon. And they're covered in shooters and rocket launchers and stuff like that. They're no slouches when it comes to their own firepower. And if you can upgrade them to, like, get force fields and stuff, then they'll be even harder to take down, especially with ranged weapons. I guess it would be giving them void fields rather than force fields. So you'd have to be like at a certain range to really even do damage to them. Although basically have. They'll probably, if I were to do void shields in the game, it would be an aura effect. And basically anyone who's outside the aura shooting into where the aura is, so at a unit within the aura, or at the Stomper itself, will start, you know, eating away at its shields instead. A bit like, do you know how you now have the shield mechanic in, what's it called? Old World? Warhammer Fantasy Total War? Except this shield will affect multiple units. And potentially once you knock it down, it will start regenerating and another shield will be underneath it. Although I doubt they'll do that. Instead, you'll have probably multi-layers of shield. So you'd see like 7 health, like 1 health bar made out of like 7 health bars. And when you knock down a shield, like the Stomper takes some health damage and like shakes a little bit or whatever. I'd do something like that. But now that I'm looking at it, it had flamethrowers firing off the body and was launching rockets at people. Yeah, that's cool. I wonder if they'll do one-shot weapons in the game. And do like limited ammo weapons. I imagine they can, because they already have that sort of thing in Warhammer Total War for the other games. Do you know where you've got like weapons that have multiple different ammo options? And you got like the secondary and tertiary ammo that each have their own, I don't know, attacks that have their own ammo usage. But you just can't see how much ammo they've got remaining. You could only see of the primary weapon. Yeah, but I wonder if they will add void fields to the game. I mean, if they're going to have knights, which will have it's their own. They're not void fields of the knights, they're iron shields. So these are like directional shields on them. I imagine trying to do directional shields would be quite difficult. Maybe the knights themselves will automatically try rotating the shields to wherever they're taking the most damage from. But again, I can see that being unreliable. Oh, that's how you do the shields. I just thought. So if you got like 7 void shields, what you do is each time a void field gets knocked down, it staggers the model underneath it. Like the other model with a void field. But then once it starts regenerating its shields, like it's no longer taking damage, if its shields have taken damage, will start regenerating at the same time. So if you knock down like 3 of the shields, all 3 of them will start gaining health back. So then when it starts taking damage, the top shield starts taking damage, but the shields underneath it are still regenerating. Or maybe as soon as one starts taking damage, it stops all of them regenerating. We're going to get years of DLC for all the stuff that's missing here. I don't know how much they will actually add in for missing things if it doesn't have a model currently. Because I imagine Games Workshop's very protective of that type of stuff when it comes to 40k. With Warhammer Fantasy, because the game was already out to play, effectively they gave them a little bit more freedom. And then once they brought Old World back, they restricted some of that freedom again. Although worked with them to get things like Cafe done and Kislev and stuff. And the Kurgans. I do hope that they like time. That's what I want. If currently they don't sell for Phantom Titan or for Revenant Titan. And the Phantom Titan is small enough where they could make a plastic version of it. And this is like an Eldar Titan. I really hope that they like time a DLC that adds in like Eldar Titans to the game. With, if they don't already have like Titans in the game from the start. With a plastic release of the kit. That would be so amazing. I wonder if I'd release a Revenant Titan in plastic though. I think it's a Phantom that's small and the Revenant that's bigger. Because while the Revenant is much bigger, because Eldar Titans are so slim, you could make it plastic. Other things I would wish that could come out would be things like the Brass Scorpion in plastic, which is small enough to be plastic. Warhound Titans are also small enough where I could see them making a plastic. I mean, we got a blooming plastic Stomper. We could have a plastic Warhound Titan, even if they're online only. But many people are waiting for Chaos to be added more than anything. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I imagine Chaos might be at the... Wait, Chaos is added it for Space Marines, for Orcs, as Imperial Guard. My gosh, I can't wait until we have blooming fiber optic. Yeah, there's Imperial Guard, there's no Sisters of Battle. Eldar Arc. Is that it? Eldar Arc, Space Marines, and Imperial Guard. Chaos shouldn't be hard to add in, I imagine. I imagine the game might start with demons being in the game immediately. Because they already have pretty much every single demon in the game. Unless, one thing they could be doing, I have heard rumours about demons getting a full refresh in 11th. And getting added into Horus Heresy and New Age of Sigmar demons too. They could be waiting to add it as a DLC to coincide with a model release of Scopium. the easiest DLC to make. Yeah, I imagine demons might start in the game, but like as an unplayable faction. Similar, I guess, to like Warhammer 1 had a few things in the game that weren't playable. That sounds like a huge copium. True. But think about it on demons. Guess who's got access to internet? Yes, Dado! How you doing? I'm gonna have, hopefully, fiber optics soon. Not this Thursday, but the Thursday after. Apparently, there's gonna be a company coming round, and they're going to install fiber optics. They told us they couldn't. Those people at Vodafone said it was impossible. Was it Vodafone? I can't remember. It was one of these companies. I think we asked a couple of companies for like, nah, it's impossible. And then this one's like, what do you mean planning permission? We'll just do it and then we'll pay the fine for not... No, apparently they figured out a way to get us internet by using like water pipes or something. Like, do you know, the same systems as all the pipes in. And that means as soon as there's a water leak, my internet's going to go down. And now you can watch the Votann stream. Woo! 4-hour train ride left. I'm losing it. Both trains I took had 80-minute and 85-minute delays. No! That's not fun. Right, if one of them's... actually, no, never mind. If one of them's delayed, and the next one was delayed, that means... Couldn't you just immediately get onto the next one afterwards because it was also delayed? Or do you mean you had to, like, book a new train and after your first one was delayed and that one was also delayed? Train delays suck. In the UK, though, we have to plan like every single journey to have like a 2-hour delay in it. If we're going by train. Trains suck so much. Sometimes it's just quicker to get a bus across the country. And by a bus, I mean like 50 buses. Even they're going to be delayed, so... But yeah, we're just doing some not quite dry brushing. Of our Votann. Just throwing paint at them and seeing what sticks. That's basically dry brushing, I guess. I hope the rest of your journey goes well, though. You take a lot of trains, then. Sadly, they did not cancel each other out as I took a planned 2-hour break to meet friends. I had to wait another 85. Oh my gosh. That sucks. Well, at least you got to meet your friends. That's nice. At least the second time you're waiting with your friends as well. Makes everything better. Hi Axel, what league you're painting? Tuckdonalds! And by Tuckdonalds I mean this is the colour scheme I'm going for in the end. Red, yellow, black, trimmy things, and a green gun with some white on it. I originally did this one, but didn't like the gun being the same colour as the main model. Also, Kin like to drink something called Iron Brew. The Kin drink Iron Brew. Tell me, Kin, did you drink your Iron Brew this morning? Nah, you didn't drink your Iron Brew. What's the matter with you? Don't you know it's made of girders? I'm just going to the Edinburgh planet. Mining colony planet. Space Scotland. So many people have no idea why I'm suddenly going kind of Scottish and speaking about Iron Brew. Because Iron Brew is a Scottish drink. And it's bright orange. And if you don't know, I'm Scottish. I'm kind of Scottish. I spent most of my life in England, so I feel like I lose my Scottish pass there. Scott-ish. Yeah, we're kind of Scottish. Oh, I grew up surrounded by Scottish accents. Yay! And every so often I just randomly turn into a Scottish accent. Especially if I've been watching like anything like Scottish television or like Scottish characters. Like David Tennant using his native tongue. And I'm like, Scotland! Scotland! We won the World Cup! What do you mean you won the World Cup? You're there for like 5 games and then lost. Apparently England is playing against Norway today. And there's no way they can win. Wait, who? I don't know. I don't know much about football. Drinks! No way. No way. Do, 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 do. So excited about the new introductory sets though. For Warhammer. I don't know if Votann are going to get anything new in 11th edition, but probably will get like a new unit or something, maybe Fire Kill Team. I kind of want a Votann Walker though, you know. Like a mining sort of rig. Genestealer Cults and Dark Eldar are both due a release, like they are a decent release. Normal Eldar are rumoured to be getting even more Expedite support this year, or this edition. I'm hoping Tyranids get a blooming night-sized Tyranid soon, though. Because, my gosh, they need a proper night-sized model. They need a Swarm Lord. Like, a unique model for the Swarm Lord, not just Hive Tyrant. It needs to be, like, non-emissary size, I feel like. Or at least look super cool. Old One Eye should also get its own model, rather than just using the Carnifex model. I don't think the Carnifex needs a new model. The Carnifex model is cool as it is. Votann are in a relatively good place. They could do with having a proper jump pack unit though. Like, we've already got one Votann who wears a jump pack. Give us an entire unit of them. That could be a kill team unit. Oh, the Votann kill team should come with, in a box, with a Dreadnought, like, do you know, the initial kill team release? Nah, actually, never mind. That would be weird. Wait. Idea. Kill team box comes with Votann, a new for Deceiver for the Necrons, like Votann jump pack dudes, and Grey Knights. Refresh of the main unit. Yeah. Oh, Dark Elder Beastman unit. Beastmaster unit, sorry, not Beastman. Imperial agents should also lose access to most of the codex. Just because it'd be hilarious. It'll be the worst thing ever, but it'll be hilarious. Well, maybe not ever, but you know what I mean. It'll be really terrible. It'll just be hilarious. The games, like, imagine Games Workshop really, really hyping up Imperial agents. So much new stuff. All of your complaints, don't worry, you won't have them anymore. And they just really hype it up. And they get a codex, and all it's got in it is like one Inquisitor model. Not even a new model for them. Cotias gets put into the Grey Knights. Greyfax gets put into the what's it called? Sisters of Battle. The other two named Inquisitors get put into the Death Watch. The Death Watch get a new codex. The Death Watch Imperial Agents unit disappears. The Grey Knights and Sisters of Battle units disappear from Imperial Agents. The Assassins get put into a different codex as well. Arbites get added to the Imperial Guard, the Astra Militarum. All it leaves you is just for one Navy unit. Inquisitorial Agents unit. Sanctifiers also get removed and just stay with Sisters of Battle. We forget to put any detachments in for codex. Hi TA. How you doing? We're doing okay, I think. Oh my gosh. You know, Games Workshop just should put me in charge of trolling. I think that's what you've been better, you've been worse. Oh, I hope Picky you get to be super good. Thank you. My tummy is still a bit painful, but it's okay. yesterday was blooming boiling. It's still boiling today. I have to keep turning my air conditioner back on. Except when it throws air at me and it goes across my skin. I'm like, oh, I don't like breezes on my skin. It feels weird. What if you got sponsored by GW? That would be great. I don't think it will ever happen. I don't know if they've ever properly. I don't know if they ever sponsor people. Like, they give free kits to certain creators and stuff, but that's about it from what I've seen. And I would love that, I guess. I need to get my channel big. I need to make like shorts and stuff. Try my hardest not to use AC. Or I don't think my computer wouldn't be able to stay on without the AC. It'll just overheat too much. I don't think I'd survive without the AC, to be honest. I probably would, but I wouldn't be doing much. I'll just have to lie down and die. Hi, Marco Sean Bermudez. How you doing? Just finished my new Terminator kit. An assault torso of Devastator legs and Terminator's a Stormbolt and a Chain Fist. And a firstborn assault of Devastator legs as a plasma pistol and power sword. Nice. Glad you enjoy your new kit. Sounds pretty fun. Terminate. I like Terminate. They're a very fun unit. Do. Which type of Terminators are they? Are they for ones of the Horus Heresy, the firstborn ones? Are they just normal Terminators? Chimeras ones? Everybody singing, everybody dancing, everybody's dancing about. Oh, wait. There we go. Yeah, I'm just using Wild Rider Red, which is a bit orange, but it's fine. Just adding a bit of, you know, color and texture to this model. I was the kit bash for swords on my loyalist World Eater Tech Queen. Left arms, one without a plasma pistol. Looks like a Blood Utaja wrist blade. And the other is the same, but plasma pistol. Nice. Sounds like good stuff. Where I come through fighting, fast as lightning. I love you. I don't know what a Utaja is. Yeah, it's a predator thing. I can't say it because it's been ages since I've watched Predator. I can't remember how it's pronounced. There we go. We're just dry brushing and dry brushing and eating Pokemon, yeah. Which Pokemon would you eat? I would eat Pikachu. Specifically Ash Ketchum's Pikachu in front of him. I'd be like, and then I'd reveal it was actually just like, you know, tofu shaped like a Pikachu with some pink dye in the middle. And Pikachu was actually safe and having a cookie. Pikachu! That would be quite a shocking. That would be quite shocking, I think. Entei, you'd want to eat Entei. Isn't that like the fire doggo lion thing? Legendary Pokemon. Oh my gosh, I just had a cool idea. Legendary Pokemon that's not actually legendary at all. It's the only one left of its kind. Because the rest of them were, you know, hunted to extinction. But the legendary one is like immortal. I say immortal. It won't die of old age. It will live forever. Unless it gets killed. So then you can say you are Entei. You wanna be Entei. I don't blame you. No, 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 no. Da 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 da. McDonald's. I posted the pictures of my loyalist road eaters. Nice. Oh no, I dropped it. I shall look at them later. Okay, there we go. Went over it all with Wild Rider Red. It wasn't meant to be a rough thing to give some pop to it. Okay, I think what I want to do is everything I want black. Next. There we go. Oh, and I'm leaning back in my chair. That was... Oh my gosh, we're already 2 hours into the stream. What the heck? All I've done is dried brush some models. Not even dry brush them. Have we shown the... No, we're not done that yet. I'm just giving my arm a chance to rest because it hurts a little.
Hello everybody and welcome.
What were the things that they did? Will future codexes also have bigger lore sections? Yes. Current new codexes will also be cheaper and special editions will be hardback. Only the Eldari can field Exodites. But our Exodite transfers are 6 different Exodite factions. Is Battlefield Armageddon kits compatible with Sect Imperialis and Mechanicus? Yes, in the fact that they're Imperial, but they're not designed to be put together. But you can just mix and match them if you want to. Healing can't bring characters back, unless it specifically says it can. There will be more designer interviews. Updated rules of combat patrol will be coming with the monthly updates. How many and old are the League of Votanns? The League of Votanns have existed since pretty much the age of strife, so they're like 15,000 years old. How many they are, I don't know. There's billions of them, perhaps trillions within the core worlds. They also do a lot of cloning, so whether you... What was the words I'm trying to say? They do a lot of cloning, so we're never that far away from lots of Leagues of Votann dudes. If they're ever being pushed too hard, they can just be like, I'm cloning another 10 billion troops. I'm putting them into action. Why don't we see them in the Imperial of Mankind? We do. If you ever hear anything called squats, that's literally for Leagues of Votann. Well, that's akin, but originally from the Leagues of Votann. The Imperium calls them squats. Or at least originally. They existed in the game 8 years and years and years ago. Back with Gene Stealer cuts and stuff, so this was like... Well, then they got rid of them for a while. They got squatted. Oh, pre-orders. Yeah, your pre-orders are up. Click here. There you go. But yeah, if we go to Warhammer 40, not Warhammer 40k, if we go over to here, more other games, Necromunda, shop all. So Necromunda is an Imperial planet. And look, Kin from the Leagues of Votann on an Imperial planet. What if we call them squats? Ironhead squat. Yeah, they existed years and years and years ago back in Warhammer 40k, the epic version of it. So it's very, very, very tiny models. They had land trains. But look, all of these guys, they're kin basically. From the leagues, same as the ones of the Leagues of Votann. Champion with mining laser, iron hods, iron squat, prospectors. You can even use these guys in 40k if you wanted to. Like, these guys could easily be the... Oh, what do they call them? The exo armor dudes. This guy could be the evaluator. That guy could be a Khan. No, a Khan, a Carl. That guy could be an Ironhead person. These could be prospectors. Is that a planet run by warring hive-ganger houses? Kind of, yeah. Although it's not all of them are hive-gangers. Like you got the enforcers. You've got the with the Palatine enforcers. Don't they have something else going on here? No, not him. Now am I doing filters? Hangers on, House Corda, House Escher. Would he be under hired guns? Oh, he would be under hired guns. Look at this dude. He's summertime that hails. He hails from a time before the Imperium itself, when Necromundle's a crown jewel in the verdant Aranea system. Though he seems perfect in every way, gaps in his armor and cracks in his control reveal glimpses of the ugly truth. Whatever lies beneath the expertly crafted plating can barely be called alive. Oh. He is so cool. There's also a version of him without his head, but they're not sure, without his mask. And it looks all creepy. Hi, Alia Salia, how you doing? So what do a Votann eat? I don't know. Do they just eat gruel? Do they actually have like a proper like fast food chains and stuff? Raya's raiding. What's the house run? So that's Clan Escher. They deal in chems. And they're rivals of House Goliath, I believe. Dreamo raid! Hello! Go Mudbugs and Paladin Stem. I am Cupcake Conjurer in name and profession. Big love hearts to all. And I conjure cupcakes. And look at this. Hello, Briar. How is the name and profession? It's okay. We're painting Votann today, which is these little dwarfy fellas and women. You like the eyes on this one? Can we get it to focus on her and kind of see the eyes? Focus. There you go. Eyes. Look at I painted those eyes. Yeah. And then we got this dude with his cool gun and a bunch of mistakes on him. But I'm not trying to think about them. And we're trying to paint these things today. You like the colours. Hello, Chris Oak. How you doing? How was your stream? I saw you were doing a bunch of like again, like different styles of different games and stuff from some event. Seems very fun. Remember to hydrate and, you know, take care of yourselves. Get some food. Get to the bathrooms and stuff if you need to. Make sure everyone goes and gives Riot a subscribe and a like and stuff. I'd also give me a subscribe and a like. Yeah, tomorrow will be the last day. Today was a really cool card feature battler. Ooh. But tomorrow is the last day of mankind. No. It's been prophesied by Briar. No more days after today. And Briar's never wrong. I'm joking with you. There we go. Black. We're painting for bars black, and then a bunch of other bits are going to be yellow.
Don't like the stream. She doesn't know what the Votann eat.
I don't know what the... I actually know the Votann eat electricity because the Votann are robots. They're computers. They're abominable intelligence. That's what they are. But they can who exist in the Leagues of Votann. Silly worshipping machines kin. I don't know what they eat. Like, do they eat gruel? Like, I asked you all a question. Like, that's what you need to answer. It's in the title of the stream. What do they eat? Potatoes? I'd eat potatoes. I imagine they like potatoes. Oh, good old potato, you know. A good old potato. Oh, I'm a little boss. Hi. There we go. We're painting. We're painting. Black cars. We're painting. Everyone is painting. Because we're painting. There we go. Do 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 do. Do 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 da 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 da. Irish. Irish? No, no. Dwarves are Scottish. Oh, did Briar win a bet? I didn't see. Briar, did you win? 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 Win? Did you win? Did you win? Did you win? Win? Did you win? Did you win? Did you win? Win? Did you win? Win? I like that. I started a tune and then I feel like I had to finish the tune. You got 3 oranges. You got 3 oranges! Why is it not paying out recently? What does 3 oranges pay out? Yeah. Not been paying out. But I'll give you. I'm assuming 3 oranges is that the jackpot? With lots and lots of coins. I'm guessing it's double. Add sprinkles at Briar 10,000. Yeah. If I had to get cyber implants, they'd be built in a single wrist blade. Oh. You'd get wrist blade implants. I'd get, if I had to get cybernetics, you know, something to like make me live forever without aging, that would be amazing. Chibi model. Yeah, this is a mini boss. A mini boss. There's also a mini cupcake mage if you ever do smaller magic. Remember, commands are in the description. Vanry's got 1,000,000 sprinkles. Anthony is at 700,000, going on to 800. Talan's at 100,000. XTA is at 378. Bob Keeper's at 483. Oh my gosh. Who is Bran? Branry! It's Branry! You don't know Branry! Branry won that battle royale ages ago. Do you want a battle royale? I've got to do a battle royale for 200,000 sprinkles. There you go, watching your stream and Avatar Fire and Ash. Oh, that's by James Cameron. This silly fella. It's a battle royale working. It's working! Look at it! Look at the plane! Oh, it's going across the screen. Oh, everyone's fighting. Everyone's kung fu fighting. Do 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 do. As fast as cupcake. Yeah, for cupcake fighting. Oh my gosh, just explosions everywhere. Ceridwen's down. Why do I have a cat tail? Why do I have cat ears? Yes, Dado is still alive. Oh my gosh, Mastro. I'm still alive. I'm dead. Never mind. Axel is... Oh, took out... Yes, Dado. Go, Mudbugs is about to pick up the health pack. Erland and Axel. Axel just got the health pack.
Meow meow.
Axel got teamed up and destroyed. Oh my gosh. Meow, 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 meow. Oh, go Mudbugs. Just got the health pack. Oh, we need... Erland, you need another health pack. There it is. There it is. He's going for it. He's going for it. Oh my gosh. It's anyone's game. Go Mudbugs. Oh, back to... Oh, no. Go Mudbugs. You missed it. Oh, he still won anyway. Oh my gosh. He got like a crit in. Oh my gosh. It was down to the wire. It was anyone's game, but Go Mudbugs got it. Okay, does it pay? And it did pay out. Good. Good. Yeah, for some reason the Gamba's not been paying out very recently. Very much recently. Very weird. He got the first strike in. He was just too fast. Go, 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 Mudbugs. Go, 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 Mudbugs. Do, 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 do. Everyone was gone to fast as the lightning. Oh, also I've been learning Japanese again. I know how to count. We got Ichi, Ni, Sha, San, Yon, Go, Uloko, Hachi. Yeah. No, not Hachi. Nana, Hachi. I missed out 7 there, which is Nana. And then, like, banana. And then what do you have after Hachi? You have Q, and then Ju, for 10. And then you have Juichi, Juni, all the way up to 20, in which you have, which is Niju. And then you got, like, Nijuichi and Nijuni. And then you go all the way up to 99. I forget what 100 is. In school, your nickname was Hollow Sun. Ooh. You were Hollow Sun. Going into a black rage is not cool. Rage is never cool in IRL. There we go. Paint, 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 paint. Painting everything. Painting it black as can be. Abbott and black. There we go. Oops, accidentally almost painted my magnifying glass there. Okay, need to mute. Ah, there you go, I can breathe again. Hay fever is not fun. Hi, Blair Boris.
I'm very late.
Don't worry about it. We've barely done any painting on these things. I've basically dry brushed them, talked for quite a bit, and barely anything. Barely done anything. How you doing, Blair Boris? I hope you're doing well. You better be doing well. I am painting a bar. A kin, a space marine, an imperial guardsman all walk into a bar. The guardsman says, ow. That's the joke. You hate farming fun of I'm in Warframe? Oh. I've never played Warframe, so I will have no idea what you're on about. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of, farming in games either. The big old grind. A grind! Never been a fan of grinding in them. Even like in things like RuneScape, I got annoyed by the grind. Like, why RuneScape? Why do I have to grind so much for just a silly cake? I just realised there's a bunch of stuff under here. Prime Warframes are basically stronger than the base versions of Warframes. Yeah. There we go. I'd assume so based on the name. There we go. Very difficult to reach into here. I guess painting underneath it's not too important. It's not like anyone will see inside. No, that one's the yellow. Okay, maybe trying to paint all of these squares black is not a good idea, because this is going to take a while. I say squares, all those little holes. Then I can go over in grey. That's fine. Maybe we should be using a contrast paint here, like Black Templar. It'll be much easier. Use this sign to go into them. Yeah, let's get some Black Templar out. There we go. Ah, my shoulder just popped. Forge Fiend in the way. Forge Fiend, what do you say? Shyish purple, no thank you. That's got Grunter. That's Ultramarine. Gotta be a Black Templar in here somewhere. Black Templar contrast. Or is it in the other box? It might be in the other box. Carringberg Crimson. Known Oil. Black Templar, here we go. There we go. What is a baby Tenno? Oh, that's much easier. Why not Abaddon Black or Black Legion Black? I don't have either. Actually, I do think I was using Abaddon Black, but it's a base colour. I don't have Black Legion Black. The reason I'm going for the Black Templar contrast paint is because I wanted to get it in all these little holes. And the normal paint won't flow into the holes very easily because it's a lot more viscous. But Black Templar is a contrast one, so it's designed to go into all of these gaps a lot easier. It's still not the easiest thing in the world, it still wants to sit above it. But get enough paint on your brush and it will start going into the gaps. That's all well and good. It's a beginner. Oh. There we go. Contrast paints definitely have their uses, and this is one of them. With it flowing so much, it does mean that there's a little less control there for when you want to get paint in a certain area, but not in another. But you know, I'm a messy painter as it is, so it doesn't really matter too much. So Warframe's getting lots of new players. Nice. New players are good. I'm not a big thing into multiplayer games though. I much prefer my single player. Other people, especially strangers, they scare me. They give me anxiety. I don't want that anxiety when I'm playing a game. And you're literally streaming to strangers. It's like, yeah, that's fine. Not like I'm playing a game with strangers. I'm just talking to them over the internet. That's fine. That's easy. Stranger danger is true, Brian knows what we're talking about. Stranger, stranger, danger, manger, langer. Yes and no. It's the last spectrum players to help on levels they shouldn't be fighting against. Yeah, that's just gonna be the case anyway. Space Marine 2 gets a lot of that, I know. I do that to Briar when we play what's it called? Vermintide together. Like Briar. You can beat this level single-handedly, right? You can carry. There we go. That's a bit better. There's still a bit of red showing, but it's fine. Gonna add like a bunch of Dutch interference stuff. Probably get some Norn oil on it. Bunch of grey as well. Now you might be thinking, for a yellow and red colour scheme, I'm certainly painting a lot of black. And that is true. You thought there would be more to that statement, didn't you? But no, that's literally the statement. It's because it was the scheme here. It's got like black trim and detailing on it. So I'm like, I want to copy and continue doing that through other models, even though, you know, I regret doing that trim because it makes it take for blooming effort. But still, I decided, and now I have to. Dude, no, my leg is dead. Okay, I'm gonna turn off this air conditioner. Since I have a Black Templar contrast out already, might as well go onto the other one and do the same job. I can hear my background music now. Yeah, let's keep politics off here, because this is a place to relax and not think about those things. Although with news news is just constantly bad recently, so I've just stopped looking at news entirely. If it's good news, it will seek me out. If it's bad news, I want to be surprised by it at the last possible minute. Or be surprised when it's like, oh, there's good news. And the good news is that there was bad news ages ago that I didn't know about, but the good news is it no longer exists, so that's good. Okay, it's not looking too bad so far. Let's do the same on this fella. Oh yeah, this there we go. There we go. There we go. I completely missed a lot of areas then. Whatever. Later. By the way, if you want to know what people mean with this in your paints, it's basically mix either contrast medium, not a contrast medium, a medium such as Lamia medium with your paint. Unless it's a contrast, in which case you mix a contrast medium with it, or you mix water with your paint until it has a texture like milk or consistency of milk. So basically mostly water-like. And that's what people mean by thin your paints. And then once you can do that, you don't have to worry about trying to do thin coats. Like what I usually do when I do thin coats is not have much paint on my brush. So not much paint can be applied to a model and then you just spread it out. But instead, if you really thin down your paints, you can go like, just get a big old gulp of it and just go blah, 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 blah. And it won't be too bad. Also, it looks a lot nicer. I recommend Lamia medium rather than just water. So if you've got a wet palette, water is very nice. I like just to throw the medium just straight into my paint pot and then just be like, there we go. Now I don't have to ever worry about thinning it again. Or at least next time I can just put a tiny bit of water with it and it will be thin enough. But if the mediums are designed so that you don't lose the same type of coverage as much, where water you do lose some coverage. Now, mediums themselves are slightly more viscous anyway than water. So you retain a little bit more control when you use an actual medium. I've also thinking about trying to find a new synthetic detail brush. Think about trying a pro synthetics one. But every time I try looking up reviews for them, I just can't find any. Which would potentially not be a good sign. It's very hard because as soon as I just type in like pro synthetics brushes reviews, it just gives me a review for like other synthetic brushes. It's like, oh, synthetic brushes. Let's show you a list of the best ones. And by best ones, I mean what Amazon, well, certain people that use Amazon paid some content creators to make a list on. I hate those top 10 lists where it's very clearly just, you know, emotional stuff. Hi back, I'm Cupcake. How you doing? We swapped our paints to Black Templar contrast, and now we're just painting all of this scraping. And it's a very time-consuming process, which I apologize for. Oh god. Preparing to sleep, got your mint tea. Your mint tea before you sleep. Whoa. could feel something brushing against my thigh then and just realised it was my hair. I'm not used to wearing shorts. Makes me sleep harder. Oh. There you go. Yeah. Great. Got some great greats here. Great grandparents. Off the great. Henry the Great. Richard the Great. Elizabeth the amazing, prestigious Queen. Yeah. Okay, now we don't need to use a contrast one anymore. We can go back to Abaddon. Ooh. Gonna get repetitive strain injury doing that. Dab, 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 dab. There we go. Yeah, gonna need to wash these bushes again. Okay, put you to one side. Get this one again. Got lots of bars to paint black. I think some grey metallic light brush would go well on the black undercut. I'm thinking I don't want any metallics on them, so I'm thinking of doing the same sort of grey that I did here. I can't remember which grey it was. I think it was Mechanica Standard grey. I'll be putting over it. Yeah, Mechanica Standard. And then like these areas around it are going to be yellow. And like here and there. Oh yeah, I decided I don't want any metallic on my Votann. Just because I don't want it. There we go. Oh, thank you, Michael. Michael Sean Mundes. Mundes, sorry. Mundes. I tried to go for quite relaxing music in the background. There we go. I reach under here. I can just about get there. What about here? Just about. go. You're gonna have to rest now. Okay, goodbye, Fo. It's nice having you here. Don't forget to like the stream before you go. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. There we go. I'll try to get this black on at least this model finished. Where did all the time go? I feel like those first 2 hours just absolutely vanished into thin air. I didn't start late, did I? I don't think I did. I'm pretty sure I started at 4. Unless I'm absolutely crazy. Nope, I started at 4. Also, because I kept going to the website, didn't I? And spent forever talking about the new introductory sets and stuff. Which, to be fair, they're very good, they're very worth talking about. I like the new introductory sets. If you couldn't guess from all my talking about them. I'm so glad it's a joyful McDonald's colour scheme. Now their buildings are greys and browns. It's been forever since I last looked at a McDonald's. I swear the buildings have always been grey and brown. It's just the packaging that's been red and yellow in their advertisement. And the logo. I mostly chose red and yellow because I was like, what leagues? What colours doesn't have a league connected to it yet? I'm like, ooh, red could be a good colour. Bright red and bright yellow. I doubt there's a league like that. Unless it's McDonald's. I'm like, yes, McDonald's Votann. Perfect. I should probably paint all the faces like Ronald McDonald or something. League of Maccas. Yeah, originally the law was, and potentially still is, Tarpo's successful mining company. I'm thinking about trying to freehand a T onto these. I already tried once, but I've painted over it now. Like doing the shape of a golden arches. Oh gosh, this isn't glued in properly. Oh, whatever. But yeah, it's Tarpo's successful mining company. You know it's successful because it has successful in the name. He mostly works with, you know, Xenos and Imperials and stuff. Hired by them to help with their mining and stuff. And prospecting. But there's a rumour he's actually using it all as a cover to search for Votann or something that can save the Votann, so the Votann cause. But that's only a rumour. If he whatever he's searching for, if indeed he is searching for something, it's strictly between him and the Grimnir that originally gave him his mission. But he just hires from different leagues and stuff, just going around saying, hey, who wants to join? my privateer group, and it's mostly just like people who don't have much other options. Like either they had some sort of failure, or they're just down on the luck. As you know, no one who life is going very well will want to join a company named Torpo Successful Mining Company that no one's ever heard of before. People say, as you name a boat, so it shall float, so the company is very successful. Yes. But he does go through, you know, what goes very, very quickly. With them all being, you know, prospectors, Jaegers and stuff like that. Lightly equipped, out on the front lines. Often outside of League territory. Often working in the inferior mining complexes. Originally set up by, you know, the Imperials or the Xenos or others. So things like cave-ins and collapses, you know, they happen. And he's also not known for, you know, thinking very much about OSHA. It's all about getting as steep as quickly as possible. Never mind the human cost. I mean, any other cost he wants to minimize. And by human, I mean kin. So it's going to cost me a lot of money. Well, we can just cut corners, you know, on it. Make it deep, make it fast, make it cheap. For those who don't know him, he doesn't have a very good reputation with. But thankfully, those are few and far between. Yeah, this is the one that did not do very well. It's extremely rough. On here, you can just about see it. Like seeing graininess on the model, that's not the camera, that's literally the model after it got undercoated. Just making it kind of difficult to paint. I'm just going to add a bunch of dirt to it, where the texture is, to make it look purposeful. And by dirt, I mean paint dirt onto it, not add actual dirt, as you can imagine. Cuptle Successful Mining Company. I imagine for one thing he's not having to replace very often is his steel kin. Which is good because getting cold of steel kin is expensive. Oh, so he doesn't have to replace himself very often. There we go. I imagine his company must be somewhat successful to keep being able to hire new people on. You know, he does have half guard and warriors and vehicles and shit. Or at least one ship. Imagine he probably has like a small fleet, one capital, and a few light craft. Probably most of them focused upon predominantly prospecting and mining, but you know, for kin, so everything's heavily armed anyway. Just in case we run into arcs. Apparently the kin absolutely hate the arcs. This isn't going too badly. I think painting the pipes black was definitely a good idea. Gives like a nice frame to the model. Nice trim. There we go. I don't know if I should paint the suspension springs black, yellow, or keep them red. I can always decide later. For now, I'll just keep them red. I'll figure out exactly how much I need to paint yellow once I've painted everything I know I want yellow. There we go. It's mostly done now. Just need to get the guns done. There's other bits that need to be black, but I should do that with a smaller brush. That's easier to control. Carabiners! That's the word. Carabiners, I think they're called. These things. I like to know those things that climbers use. Little lattice that lock into place around rope. So you don't fall to your death. I think they're called carabiners. I should know this because I did quite a bit of climbing once. Rock climbing, wall climbing, and hiking. A selection about how to safely use them. I'm definitely promptly ignored for that. I did not ignore for lectures. I'm all about safety. There we go. Yeah, oh my gosh, I am such a slow painter. I'm liking it. I'm liking the black design on them. We'll do more Votann streams next week. We'll hopefully finish our Mechanicus tomorrow. If not, I don't know what next week we'll actually do. I am thinking about maybe getting like a Japanese learning game on Steam and playing it on stream. That might be fun. We've got Rogue Trader to still play because we skipped a week. We skipped yesterday because I wasn't feeling well. Oh gosh, pardon me, sorry. That's just nice for me being all mean to me again. Just decided to mention I'm not feeling well. And also it was ridiculously warm yesterday. I don't think my computer could have handled it, even with my air conditioner was struggling, let alone my computer. My computer overheats pretty easily in this room because the heat just does not move anywhere. Oh, hello, Bob. Oh, no. There we go. There's a little bit more black here than I would have liked. I don't think so. I think it's pretty good. The next time we paint these, I'll probably do for black and for the next model and on for details off stream if I can find the time. But then on stream we'll paint the yellow. Yeah. Let's start one of these things then. Start this one. Yeah, I wonder what we're going to release next week. Ooh, we're going to have a third battle for Deathmire, which apparently the Orcs were winning during the question and answers. So there's a chance the Imperials will win. There's a chance the Orcs will win for the next battle for Deathmire. And then we got the in-shop battles. So it could be a draw still. But it might not be a draw. For Battle for Deathmire, if you're unaware, if you've got a Warhammer account, they're free to make, don't worry. Go onto the Warhammer website. You can vote for who you want to win a battle for a Hive City in Armageddon. Where is it? Do they have it anywhere here? Here we go, Deathmire. So, Imperials won for first two battles. Hi, Sosimus. How are you doing? What are Crusade rules like? Can units in a Crusade list permanently die? I don't think they can permanently die. Or maybe they can, I can't remember. They become injured. If like a unit keeps dying in battle, then it can become injured. You can buy new units as well. But let's say you make a 3k army, it doesn't necessarily mean you can use them all in a single battle. It just gives you more units you can choose to use later. Like so you can make new army lists. But Crusade rules are changing. Well, they're not changing. We get some for new campaigns instead, which I've not looked heavily into. You can upgrade them anyway. Upgrade you. That's the main focus on it. But yeah, as you can see, Imperial victory here, Imperial victory here, there. Then we got 2 more battles. If the Imperials lose both of this, it's a draw, and the battle will just continue forever. And if the Imperials win, either of it. So this is one that you can vote in. If you go through here, you can click like there you go, this one. A world in flames. So sign in and you can do a vote. I don't have I can't fire Cupcake Conjurer. And you can vote for Imperials or Arcs. If you're not an Imperial or an Arc player, then you just cast your vote. Like, if you beat some Imperials in a game, maybe you can cast your vote for the Arc. If you beat some Arcs in a game, maybe you cast your vote for the Imperials. Maybe a Dark Eldar raided for Arcs and that helped out the Imperials. Maybe that wasn't your aim, but it did. I know. Just vote for whoever you like more. But yeah, this is pretty fun stuff. Whoever wins this week, though, they're going to announce a new detachment for them. So there's going to be no new models or units announced with it. So far, the Imperium has seen a new Ultramarine get announced, which came as a very weird thing. Because everyone is expecting it to be a universal model. So it being a not a universal model, like the first one was new bikes, and everyone was like, oh, new bikes, nice. Oh, new bike, did they need to be changed? Yes, they did. They were awful. The old ones. If you say they did not need to be changed, you clearly never had to build them. Or at least more than one squad of them. White Star players were joyous. But yeah, there's a new Crusade's being replaced by something called campaigns now, where you get campaign cards. It's pretty interesting. It mostly focuses on upgrades rather than like battle damage and stuff. But I think it still has battle damage in, doesn't it? It's been a while since I looked at the cards. But Crusade rules are fair to be customized anyway. So if you do want to play a Crusade with someone and you want units to permanently die, I think the only Crusade I've done is when a unit dies, the first time it dies, it just becomes battle damaged. And when it becomes scarred, and then it becomes battle damaged. But I think how it worked was, first it becomes battle damaged, and if it dies the next game, it becomes scarred. And if it dies again after becoming scarred, you roll a dice for like every model in the unit. On each 4+, that model survives. On a 1, 2, or 3 though, it dies. But if it becomes battle damaged and it survives the game, then you can then it stops being battle damaged. I think there's also like Crusade rules for if you lose a unit, roll a dice on a 4+, you can't use it in the next game. But yeah, we did a thing of, I say I did a thing of units could die in the battle or die in the campaign. For the most part, it was kind of like, if you lose a bunch of models in the unit, then in theory you're just going to replace them with new dudes. go. Just painting toy. Okay, it's 7:02 now, so I'll just do this bit. Oh gosh, that's terrible. That's fine. I'll just be going back over red anyway over these things. I don't know if I should freehand like a McDonald's T onto the side of it. Is that too silly? And I know I did originally, but I never really planned to keep it. Partly because I painted it off the side rather than it being centered. I was like, no! Okay, but there we go. For now, I need to really give these brushes a nice hot water wash. Tomorrow, what are we doing? We're painting Mechanicus models tomorrow. Hopefully we'll finish them. I've done some shading on her. I need to do the shading on the gold and the red still. I did it on the blue and the green. Also I did like little details on the little screens represent like the battle. I've also done a lot to trying to clean up the model, make it look good. And hopefully throwing shades at it will also help. By look good, it's like bits that were red weren't red, or bits that were meant to be red weren't red, bits that were meant to be blue weren't blue, that kind of thing. Just making sure everything was the colour it was meant to be. We've already done the shading of these guys. Looks a bit messy, but honestly, that's kind of the point. Oh, I didn't do the shading here, so I'm going to have to do that there. I'll try to do that off stream. And what I'll try to do off stream is paint one of these dudes. Well, some of them do need a bit of touching up. With highlights, just to experiment on them. Like, get some highlights on them. See if I can make it look good. Hopefully I can. And once all the Mechanicus is painted, it might take us a couple of streams to finish them. We've just got the Votann to paint. I think the Votann are going to be the next big project to paint. Because I've got a lot of them. I've got 10 warriors, I've got 10 Jaegers, I've got 3 pioneers, I've got 5 Hearthguard, 3 Thunderkin, 5 Siphonian Berserkers. What else do we have? Oh yeah, 6 Steelkin, 3 melee, 3 range. And a Carl. So yeah, quite a few models. Quite a few models. Not a huge amount. But still enough, especially with some of the weirdness of this colour scheme. But hopefully it won't be too bad. But thank you anyway for coming to the stream today. I hope you had a good time. If you did, please like the stream. If you didn't, please like the stream. Big love hearts to you all. Oh my gosh, I'm getting red dust all over my cardboard from where these things have been. So the dust is still coming off them. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Remember to work hard but play harder. Take care of yourselves and be kind to others and vice versa. Eat good food. Dream of cupcakes. No. Eat good food. Sleep well. Dream of cupcakes, but don't eat the cupcakes of resident food. And also, I'm going to be going to learn some Japanese. Yeah, I'm trying to learn Japanese. I need to practice. I need to practice more. I need to write some more stuff. I need to find a good app that I like. There's this one that's called Renshu. That's really highly recommended, but I'm really not enjoying trying to use it. It's a mess, it feels like. It might just be hard because it's hard to navigate for a new user, but thank you for coming to the stream. Have a good rest of your day. Bye bye. Love you all, and don't forget to like. Do smash. Yeah. Oh, look how cute Cuptle is. And the rest of the cupcakes. And me. Yeah. And look at the clock tower in the background. Oh, the clock tower.